Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Ding. Hey, twin.
Hey, twin.
What's up, y'all? We back. It's me, Jam.
And it's me, G. Hey, y'all.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Good and Ghetto, the pod.
Pod.
Back on your ones and twos. I don't know if podcasts have ones and twos, but mine do. Back on your ones and twos, on your audio waves, on your YouTube.
On all the places.
On all the places and all the things. It's so good to see you, twin. Y'all, we recording in the morning time and I love it.
I love it too. I have my coffee. I've had my little toast for breakfast.
I got my little tea.
I don't have tea, but the coffee over here is very strong.
I have my little cup of tea. I thought about coffee, but I'm trying to lose weight, and they say a little cup of that green tea and peppermint tea in the morning will help to get the things going.
I used to do hot water with lime and agave. That kind of sets the tone for me. It's really great. It's an interesting taste, but it's very good.
I like shit that tastes like grass and landscaping. That's right up my alley.
Don't piss me off.
Not a problem. I got the palate of a lawnmower, baby.
Always.
Not a problem. They ain't gotta taste good to me. You said it's nutritious.
I mean it all.
You said it's gonna help my liver. Don't care.
Insane.
Don't care.
What's going on with you? How you been? What's been happening?
Oh my God, what has been going on with me? Everything has been wonderful. I'm preparing my palace is what I want to say. I'm preparing my palace because I feel like a lot of great things are coming my way. I've been a part of some great creative opportunities that will be, coming about here in the next month or two. So I'm really just preparing my mind and my spirit to receive whatever God has coming for me, because I genuinely feel like God got some good stuff coming for me. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm just preparing myself. I'm doing a little like internal spring cleaning, you know what I mean? Trying to get rid of any negative feelings, trying to work on anything within myself that are not serving me or those around me. So I would say that's really like nothing like super razzle dazzle excited have been going on. I've been in full-fledged party planning mode. I'm planning my 30th birthday weekend, and it's going up, it's going down, it's going all around.
Do we have a theme?
Yeah, so the theme is kind of like,
it was not it.
No, I did not go with Dirty 30. So the tagline is talk 30 to me.
I love it.
Talk 30 to me. I really fucks with that heavy. And then the overall like title of the weekend is, now that's what I call 30.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
in line with who you are. Most people do that, but that's pretty on brand.
Yeah, baby. I'm using the little like Partyful app, which is great. I don't know who's the first person who sent me something on this. Do you know what this app is?
No.
Oh my God, I'm going to send you the link to my birthday thing so you can see. But pretty much it's an app where if you plan a party, you put in all the details. It's almost like a better 2024 version of Eventbrite, but better. It's like you plan a party, you put in all the details, you put in graphics, whatever you want, and then you add people to the event. And so then the app will then send them an invite, and then people RSVP in it. You can like send out text blasts.
Yeah, I like
this. You can send out text blasts from it. It has like a little thread so people can comment like, yeah, it's going up, da-da-da-da. You can add in like if people have to pay for things, there's all type of options to add in payment options. You could do update to details, links for location. Just like I'm not even using it to the full capability that I'm sure it can be used at, but it's been so helpful because one of the biggest pieces of anxiety I had around planning something for my birthday, which I am not a great party planner. I am of the nature of, and this might be controversial, controversial, but I don't be all about spending a whole lot of money to celebrate me for other people. Like if people want to celebrate me, like throw me
Yes.
some, I'll pull up, you know what I mean? Or hey, meet me here, we all can celebrate together. But like when people be spending like thousands of
Thousands.
dollars on birthday parties and graduation parties and like my friends who graduated from like med school and pharmacy school and all that stuff, which are huge accomplishments, 100%, and they deserve to be celebrated. But they and their families were spending like 20 grand on a graduation party for us to come kick it for free. Noble.
Because I'm not doing it.
Unfortunately,
My reception.
which I that's my scarcity mindset talking, because if I just had all the bands to blow, it wouldn't matter. However, I love birthdays. If you know me and if you know my mother, I love birthdays. We are currently in Aries season right now.
Ooh, when is it over? It doesn't even matter if it's over. So please proceed.
Please. But I love birthdays, and I was like, you know what? It's my 30th. I really do want to celebrate me. So I am like investing and I'm like planning all this stuff because I'm like, more than celebrating me, I want to celebrate the life and the beautiful people that are in it. I feel like I'm in such a transformative phase and chapter of my life right now that the people who are a part of my life right now, I truly wholeheartedly believe that these are the people who are going to be a part of my life for a long time. There are people that did not make it to this point. And so I really want to celebrate like where my life is right now and who's in it. So I'm putting together a whole wang dang doodle. And so I've been in full party planner mode. Now, you know, I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about the technology. So it's just very Microsoft Word processor. Huh?
What technologies in particular?
Well, okay, so what I was trying to do last night is because in the app, because I'm doing a weekend of events, right? And so I was trying to create a little like mini flyer to go with every day so that people can kind of like plan, because a lot of people are coming in town in LA for it. So I want people to be able to plan accordingly, pack accordingly, make sure they have the right things. Like we're doing a beach day one day. So I want to make a little flyer like the beach jam, bring this, that, and the third. And so I'm trying to like make a little flyer for every day. Baby, I was on that Canva like,
I was just about to say, just go to Canva.
baby, I'd be there. I'd be right there in Canva land. I promise you I do.
When you go in, do you go to the template? Don't try to recreate nothing yourself. You
So
can go to the template.
I do go to the template, but then Canva has changed up on me. Everything is pro now. Everything is pro.
You should have just sent it to me and I could have did it in 5 minutes.
But you know, I be trying to be a big girl and be doing stuff like, I'm going.
Yeah, but that Canva will kick your ass if you don't have pro.
Baby, I was in there like, okay, copy, paste, okay, add the square transparency to down blue. Okay, that's a pro color. Okay, red.
Pro color fonts, all that. And that's one app that I will pay for.
Baby, I feel like I used to pay for it and then like I never used it. I used to pay for that. I used to pay for like the Adobe Cloud.
Oh no, I'm not doing that. But you should be able to get yours free. Let's talk offline because
let's talk offline about that. That'd be great. So that's pretty much all I really been doing, working, lying at them people job, baby. Babies off the record. I'd be like, I leave work some days and be like,
really
what did I give to the greater good today? Work be just so bored.
A little bit or a lot of bit, but everybody's lying.
Everybody's lying. So I've been lying at them people's job. But I also should this be a part of my good? No, I'll just say no. So I told y'all last episode that I got a really cool creative opportunity that I will share when I can. Super excited about that. But outside of that, I was also working on a professional opportunity as well that I had applied for. And I found out that I got it. So I actually got accepted for free into a program to attain my HR certification, like my professional HR certification. So as of this week, I'm actually studying for my PHR exam so that I can get my HR cert. and really get to this money on in these 9 to 5 streets if I need to.
Here we go. This is what
So I'm about to be a busy girl creatively and professionally, but at the end of the day, my 30s is my last decade working. So I got to give it all I got. I got to give it all I got these next 10 years because 40s,
it's funny. Like right at my 40s, I was like, yeah,
I'm done.
With the idea of that type of work.
I'm definitely about to be just like you in the corner reading a book with a blanket. Sounds great.
Yeah, I really be reading.
She really be in the corner with a book and a blanket.
6
and a
a.m.
cocktail.
Enjoying it. Life is great.
It's crazy. What's new with you? What's been going on? Give me the tea.
So much stuff is going on. I don't know. People who know me for real know that I'm extremely private. Like I will kiki and all day long. And I'm extremely private, and I've really learned to master that idea of like not saying everything until it's actually done. And I'm married to somebody that's really like that, so I really be out here like, guys, I can't say anything until it's done, but it's a good thing. But anyway, overall,
she's not lying. She's married to somebody who has initials for a name. You don't even know that nigga real name for real, unless you know. Yeah.
you know. I'm so serious, y'all. Like that's insane to me. But I never even thought about that. But I will say that life is pretty amazing. As amazing as it is, it has definitely been a transition for me internally and just leaning into resting. I completed the mentoring program that
Yay!
Elementary school and the middle school. So I'm going to be sharing.
Congratulations!
I'm going to be sharing more about that. I'm going to. There is a semi refresh to my Girl Be You brand and some other stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, and
I love it.
Life is truly amazing, and
just rolling.
It's just rolling, and I'm learning to enjoy every day like an 80-degree weather day.
And it's coming around that time. The weather's breaking, the sun is shining,
and hopefully it'll be like permanent breaking.
The sun all the time, year round. The sun has been clipped, it's been eclipsed and whatnot.
And now
and so when it was dark and now it's light. That's in the Bible. It was dark and now it's light, and that's reawakening has rearisen to be progressively accelerated to the next degree of success.
You know who you sound like? You probably never saw this show, but in Living Color back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Damon Wayans, when he was like the homeless man, but he was always like infractionation.
Yeah.
And he's just like
he was probably spitting that shit. They wasn't in tune with they inner. They wasn't in tune with their inner outer
internal messaging. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Super excited. I'm very happy to be back on the mic with you because I feel like
I know it. I'm so excited. So I wanted to talk about last episode. We talked about it a little bit, but I hadn't watched it yet. But I finally watched Quiet on Set. And baby, I did not watch. I guess they came out with a follow-up, some panel discussion with some of the people. I think it just dropped this week. I ain't seen none of that. Listen, there's only so much I can stay abreast with. Please, I gotta give me a week or two to catch up. But I finally watched it, and wowzers, the kids was going through it.
It was very interesting. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I think that a lot of these people who live like that in that place of conspiracy, it just becomes very exhausting. But this particular show definitely helped those who believe like that to secure that mindset that stuff be going on, and it is some stuff going on behind scenes,
Oh,
and
like the
like
Hollywood, like
Hollywood and all of that stuff, and it's very terrible. But it's also like that's why you have to like they're kids, so they couldn't really like check the adults. But
yeah.
I don't know. It was just a very
I
interesting.
think I think that like when it comes to people trying to like be like, oh, Hollywood is so dark, da da da. It's actually it is fucked up, but it's not as like this. It's not this dark secretive thing. It's very normal, right in front of your face. It's not this big dark thing that on this
Yeah,
like underground. No, 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 no. This is very normal and regular. Hollywood is just fucking weird,
it
and
is.
people in Hollywood, there's shit that's normalized that is just 100% not normal. So when you get into Quiet on Set, into the Diddy of things and all this shit, and us regular motherfuckers be like, oh my God, I would never. But once you get to a certain level, that all is just like common, that living above the law, living above like a
Yeah,
regular moral consciousness and a moral compass. Like
yeah,
it's not this dark, like behind the scenes thing. It's very much so on the scene. It's very
yeah,
much so in front of the scene, lights, camera, action. Motherfuckers know what be going on. And so when I
yeah.
watched Quiet on Set, it was like at the end of
The day
the
gotta
day gonna
end.
end, word to glow. But at the end of the day, where was the parents at? Because shit that was happening to these kids was happening to the kids who parents was out in the motherfucking parking lot trying to chit chat with the motherfucking sound man so they could get on themselves when your ass supposed to be up in the set and making sure that Billy Ann ain't getting her booty hole tickled.
But what was the guy's father? Like I applauded him because he was really
Drake
like,
Bell's daddy.
yeah, he was really keen and had heavy discernment. Like, yo, this is not normal. And I think that what it does, what Hollywood does, or anything, and money and all of these things,
Right.
it exposes who you really are at your core when it goes
Right.
unchecked. Because
Yeah.
people be like, I would never. If you were struggling and you could not pay your bills, and somebody said, I want you to shake that ass for 2 meals,
Shake it.
you're shaking your ass. You
Pop
know
it,
what I mean?
champ.
Like the line keeps going further and further back on
Yeah.
what you believe to be your moral compass. That's why your internal has to be checked. And to your point, Drake Bell Daddy was on it, but then the son got wrapped up in that guy telling him, "Oh, your dad wants to do X, Y, and Z," and the mama wasn't doing nothing.
And the mama was petty and she was on her baby mama baby daddy beefing ass shit. So because they was going through the divorce,
Right.
anything that would make it be us versus them, soon as Drake was like, I'm not fucking with my daddy, he not letting me go to the spot, instead of listening to the adult who was like, bro, the dude is trying it, he's too attached to our son. Instead of listening to the adult, you're gonna listen to your child who's saying, daddy's being mean to me. And so then you go and stop letting his father be his protector. You pulled his father out of the equation, and then instead of letting his father be around him, you just relinquish him to this creep. And the daddy was telling you the whole time, keep
And
Drake away from this man. But you're so petty and wrapped up in your own shit, like, you my ex-husband, fuck you, we not even. And he trying to protect, like, that shit blew me.
yes,
That
that
blew
really was.
me.
And then what fascinated me and was like, duh, bitch, was you couldn't be the adult, but the girlfriend mama was the adult. And was like, hey, he's calling too much.
Exactly.
Like so you just refuse to be the adult in this situation.
Like, you're 16. Why is a 40-year-old man blowing up your phone to come and get you to take you to Disney? And you are repeatedly telling him no. And this nigga is calling you talking about, but we had plans. He's 47. What is that plans with a 16-year-old?
Like that's why, yo, I'm telling you, that's why I always tell people you have to pray for discernment. I don't care about none of this other stuff. I
For
want
real.
wisdom and discernment because that
And
goes layers deep, further
keep
than
me
all.
away from silly bitches. That
I
mama was a silly hoe.
really bitch. Cause what? She must have been getting some kickback somewhere because she was nowhere in that documentary.
She was nowhere in that documentary, and I hope Drake don't fuck with her no more. I hope he don't fuck with her no
Not
more.
because he was definitely walking and talking with his daddy.
He was in there with his daddy. And his poor daddy is just so emotional and
Oh, God.
crying. He like, I'm still hurt to this day because it's like at the end of the day, that nigga knew what was up. I was so mad. And then but then the other creepy ass nigga who had all the child porn in his house and had a pair of little girls' panties in the Ziploc.
You know what? This is what
Janice, I about threw a shoe at the TV.
I can't.
They said they found a pair of panties under the bed, and he had them packed up in a Ziploc bag with the girl name on it, Brenda,
But
written on the bag. The audacity!
This is what I don't understand. Like I can't even formulate words to understand the mindset of somebody. Like I feel like if people, I can't even articulate it because it's just so wild to me. I have nieces. I have a little sister.
Right.
I have cousins. And the fact that some grown ass man is so sick in the head that you would lust or desire a little ass girl or boy, because that
right.
Then we just wonder why people are like, why are so many people messed up? Da da da. I believe that with any child, there is a sense of protection that a child needs, and they should never be exposed to things too early. That is why I have always been so I've been so aware and just striving not to become a mother too soon until I had a different mindset, because with children, it is not about me anymore.
You don't have a choice. Like there's no
about me. It is about me protecting that child to ensure A, that I give them the love necessary, B, that I don't take my trauma out on their child, and C, to prepare them to be a thriving adult in this world. It's my job to protect them, to make sure that nothing comes by them until they're ready. So when you tap into a child's sexuality like that and unveil that shit, then they are exposed to everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then outside of just like being responsible for protecting a child and providing them and preparing for them, you also have to present yourself as a upstanding person. Like you have to become a good person, because their kids are not just listening to what you tell them to do. They're watching you. They're watching how you move in the world, separate of being their protector and provider. They're watching how you're talking to your partner. They're watching how you interact with your friends. They're watching the kind of how you react when you're upset. They're watching every single thing. So like, don't have kids if you're not ready to be a good person. Because if you are not a good person, you're going to raise an ain't shit person. If you ain't shit, your kids ain't going to be shit.
Exactly.
And the only way they going to learn how to be worth a damn is through trauma. The only way they going to learn how to be worth a damn is if they like, you know what? I'm going to grow up and be the exact opposite of my parents, which is a trauma response in itself. Like my parents were so fucking terrible that I don't know what I need to be in this world. I just can't be that.
Exactly. And that's like this is like such a rabbit hole.
I know, but that's all I kept thinking about when I was watching it. And when I was watching that other one about the kids at the school that I told you about, I'm just like,
I told you to watch that. Oh no. We watched it separately.
Yeah. I'm like, these parents are fucked. These parents are fucked. And if there's one thing I could say about my mama, my mama did not play about being a mama. Like, my mama did not play about being a mama. She was not the perfect person by any means, but growing up, I didn't know a fraction of the things that my mother struggled with. I didn't know a fraction of the things. And this might be to her demise a little bit, because now that we are all grown people, she still only know how to be a mama. It's like, girl, you don't got no kids to raise no more. Like, go be you.
Just about to say that even still, with all of y'all being fully grown,
she's still a mama.
She's still a mama.
She is still a mother first. because
Yeah.
once she had them babies, it was like, okay, I got to make sure these little niggas good. So
Yeah.
regardless of how we raised up on 79th Street, all of that, we didn't want for anything. Our life felt so normal. Everything just felt so taken care of. We never felt unsafe. We never
Yeah.
felt like our livelihood was being sacrificed. We never felt like our mother was selfish in any way because she took being a mother so seriously, and she was going to make sure that we were good by any means necessary, simply because that was her responsibility. Like, we
Yeah.
didn't ask to be here. People got to stop having, go ahead down to that go ahead down and see that lady at the place.
That's my thing. And not that, that hasn't been my story at all. And some people, that is their story, and there's no judgment in that. For me, I just always knew that I wasn't, if I had a kid in my 20s,
Baby,
we both
it's
would have
impossible. Impossible. It's no way. I
we
am a
would have
child.
therapy. But now that I am 40, about to be 41, I am so grateful. One, that Kim and Glenn raised me the way they raised me.
Right.
Strict as hell, but they did the best they could with what they had, and I'm grateful for that. And two, I'm so grateful that I didn't have children in my 20s with the niggas that I was fooling with in my 20s and 30s.
That, clock it. That one.
Because that's another thing that people be failing to remember.
Yeah.
A child is the sum of all its parts.
Of all. That's not just mama's baby. Yeah.
And the generations that came before.
Yeah. It's a lot that goes into all of that. And it really just comes down again to you as a parent committing to being a good person. Because whether you raise somebody strict or liberal, because I was not raised very strict. I would not say I was raised strict. We got to do kind of whatever we wanted to do in a sense, but that's also because my mom, there was a level of trust in our household. We knew what the line was not to cross. You know what I mean? I never had to like run away from home. I'd be like, Mom, can I go to my friend's house and spend the night? She'd be like, okay, who over there? Let me go see the parents.
Right.
Everything cool. Boom. So I never had this like rebellious spirit because my mom gave us freedom to be kids and to be teenagers and like trusted us to like have some fucking common sense and not do silly ass shit. So, and I turned out all right. And you were raised strict and you turned out all right. Not because of the strict or the liberal, but because we were raised by people who were passionate about being parents and who took being a parent seriously. You can be the fun parent, you can be the strict parent, you could be the whatever kind of parent you want. It's 1,000 ways to skin the cat. But at the end of the day, you have to just be serious about protecting that child and preparing that child for the very real world of today. Don't prepare the child for what the world was like when you was a kid. Open up your fucking eyes, see what the world looks like right now, and prepare your child for that.
Do you hear me? This is so crazy. I know we're supposed to be talking about something else, but listen, I just told my parents because I'd be on FaceTimes with my parents.
I can't be on FaceTime with my mama because she got an Android.
Well,
anyway,
that's another story. But I was just on the phone with my parents, and then I had a phone call with my brother, and I was telling him that I am grateful that my daddy, particularly my daddy, never really rescued me all the time. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he loved me, he corrected me, he protected me. But the sense of like rescuing me from tough situations, he was like that daddy that'd be like, she gonna figure it out.
She be all right.
And if she falls and scrapes up her knees too bad, she can always come back home.
Like in Ray, when he fell on the floor and he couldn't see, Mama. She said, baby, I ain't gonna be here to pick you up all your life, nigga. Fill it out.
And I think that, and to your point, that is preparing a child. That's not saying that you're leaving them out in the cold with no safety, with no protection, but it is teaching us, even though we were on different spectrums of being raised, I think that our parents did an amazing job of teaching us an internal strength that is not always given to people, because we had to go up against some very difficult things in life, but they
Mm-hmm.
prepared us with the tools necessary to attempt to figure it out as far as we could go. And when we
Right.
went as far as we can go, then they were like, okay, well, let's come back and let's brainstorm. But save
Yes.
your child every single time they fall, nah, baby, because you got to know that cement is hard. You
Yeah.
got to know
You
that
got to
fire.
know that stove is hot, mama.
Listen, and
You
that's not
gotta
saying
know.
burn your hand. They're
Right.
just letting you know that there is trouble on the other side of that. And
Yeah.
if you choose that, baby, 3rd-degree burns is gonna be your story.
And letting you know that I will not, me as your parent, no matter how much I love you, I cannot protect you from
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to know, you have to understand your strength. You have to understand resilience. It's just something like, I don't even know how I got so lucky and how we get so lucky, but it's just like, yo, I would not want to be raised any other way. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It was by no means
Hold
perfect.
on. Hold on.
Go ahead.
We're gonna, because my brother don't believe. Hey guys, Mama's at a thing and I'm recording a podcast. I'm gonna call you back.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is Ma, you gonna cook at some point today?
I'm on you goodbye.
Oh my God. That might have to stay in. That might have to, because now we're talking about parents raising strong, independent kids, and this nigga gets on the phone talking about, Mama, is you gonna cook us some food?
But if you keep it in, please know that this nigga is grown. Gotta watch.
I cannot believe this.
Do you understand? This is how he acts. Do you understand?
Oh my God. You said, hey, I'm recording. I'm gonna call you back. This nigga said, wait, as if it was a fucking emergency. Wait. You still you got the green zone yet?
And this is how my mama responded. My mother didn't even say no word. She looked at him and said, and hung up on the phone.
I cannot believe
it. Do you understand my struggle?
And here, guys, we just learned the difference about being a son and being a daughter. These niggas have lost their
fully grown, y'all. When I tell you this man is fully grown, been married for 8 years with 3 kids and still
Oh my God.
It's a random Saturday in April.
Saturday morning. It's not even noon. Babe, you ain't figured out lunch for this is not Sunday dinner. It is Saturday at 11 a.m.
He does not care. Y'all don't understand. This man just that was so perfect. Like I could not have written.
Oh, my stomach hurt because he called multiple times like it was an emergency.
Twice. Back to back. He has a wife. He has a
my
wife.
My stomach hurt. This nigga said,
wait, before y'all get off the phone. Mom, are you cooking? What? Nigga.
I need to know before my day goes in.
And I swear to God, if my mama hadn't said, if my mother wasn't doing what she was doing, he would have stayed on the phone, convinced her to make baked chicken, whatever he wanted, and he would have been in. Do y'all understand?
Oh my God. That is so funny. Oh my God.
Micah said that shit might have to stay in because you can't.
This grown ass nigga said, wait. Mama, you look at this. Like that house was on fucking fire.
Wish y'all could have seen my mama dressed up at her event. She told that nigga no and hung up the phone.
Mama said,
hung up on his ass. Oh my God. I understand. Listen, y'all do not understand.
Oh, I
Look and shake
cried.
all the time. This man is crazy. He is
That has
crazy.
to be the funniest shit.
That nigga is crazy. This is all the time. This is all the time.
Wow.
Maybe he asked my mom to watch some kids, asked her to cook dinner,
Oh
all types of stuff. This it don't end.
my God.
And people like my child turned 18. What that mean? That don't mean nothing.
That could not have been more perfect. Well, that wraps up our segment on good parenting. You see where it leads you. They never get off the titty.
They ass be sitting right there, full mouth.
This nigga has a soccer team of kids.
Asking his mama for dinner on a Saturday.
Asking your mama about dinner on a Saturday, the week after Easter at 11 a.m., it's crazy, crazy work. This is crazy, crazy.
To him, he doesn't listen. And let me just add that when parents have daughters and then when they have sons, it's a completely different world.
Oh my God.
Completely different world. Those boys get whatever they want. And I got two of them. Two brothers.
Whatever they want. And our boy is the baby. Okay. Woo, I needed that gut buster right there. That is too funny. Okay, well, at the end of the day, more good parents in 2024. 2024 and beyond, let's all step back into our good parenting bag. I think it'll solve a lot of the issues in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So transitioning from good parents, today's chit chat, I want to talk about friendships. I want to talk about friendships and platonic relationships, but I want to talk about a specific dynamic in them. And I'm curious to know from you, have you ever been or are you currently in your friendship villain era? Have you ever been in a villain era with people in your life where it's like everybody got a problem with Janice? You know what I mean? Like everything I say, everything I do is like a national incident, and no matter what, somebody mad at me, I didn't hurt somebody's feelings, I didn't da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just like,
it's really interesting. And the reason I'm like looking off is because I feel like I'm a different type of person, right? I have a lot of different kind of friends. So I have like family, then I have like my work friends or former work friends. Then I have like adult friends like your mom and B. And then I have like friends that I made from when I was working in a nonprofit. And so I have like different clusters of friends, right? And not all of them merge together, know each other. I think at our reception, that was the one time that you kind of saw all of my different together. And then based off the levels of maturity and not maturity, but just like the levels of interaction and the time at my life, I think you kind of catch my friendships like in different waves. And now that I'm older, I think that I don't really have like friendship villain errors because all of my friends understand who we are to each other. Like your mom and we have a particular type of friendship that most people be like, how are y'all even friends and been friends for so long? It's because we both understand each other and there's a different type of friendship there. Even with B, like there's a different cluster of a friendship there. And then like when I think about my girls that I go to dinner with or people that I party with, that's a different type of friendship because they caught me on the heels of like late 30s when I was still like outside partying and doing all that thing. Now it's like transitioning to like now we're all kind of like either married or getting married. And then I have like a sector of church friends that they don't see me with my hair down. So like the villain era, I think I'm
Mhm.
past that. I shouldn't say past that. I think earlier on when I was going through like this transition of figuring out who I,
Mm.
there was a lot of people that I had been friends with who caught me at a certain time in life and they wanted me
Mm.
to stay there. But I
Mm. Come
wasn't
on.
willing to kind of like stay in that kiddie mindset. And when
Yeah.
I say kiddie, I'm not saying that in your 20s that you're kiddie. What I'm saying is like it kind of for me it kind of tracks back to when I was a little kid. I was always around adults.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
was never like the kid watching cartoons and stuff like that. So I was
Right.
always watching like Real World and big people shows
Mhm. Mhm.
little. So when I made this, like, your life transition when you're like a teenager and in college and then 20s and stuff, I was never really like that age, so to speak, because I
Yeah.
had a strong foundation of like older people around me.
Mhm.
So when I would get people that were in my age bracket, like I just remember one person in particular. I don't speak to this person. We were really, really close friends. And this particular person was very upset because I wasn't like everybody else. And I wasn't
Mm.
forming into the person that they wanted me to be as.
Mm.
And I was just like, I don't get joy from stuff like that. Like I don't get joy from like sitting around talking about people and that kind of stuff. Like I'm always
Right.
like, okay, what's next? So I don't think I've ever had like a friendship villain other than that particular person. I
Sure.
think for me, my villain era was like with my family
Oh, okay. Okay.
because a lot of my cousins were my first friends.
That makes sense. I was just about to say
And
that makes sense because you have a big family.
I have a huge family. It's like 20 grandkids. So,
Yeah.
and being the second oldest, I was always like, I want everybody to be friends. Da, da,
Yeah.
da,
Yeah.
da.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So, I think that is the most heartbreaking era to go through of being the villain to family members
Mm.
and when you outgrow them.
Mm.
And that's a whole nother thing because again, like I have cousins that weren't, and it's just exposure. It's not that I'm
Right.
better. It was just exposure.
Right.
So I was exposed to people who had boats. I was exposed to people that ate at different restaurants. And I was trying to bring my family, like my cousins, up to that. And they would
Right.
always say, oh, you think you better than us. You ain't better than us. You talk like a white girl. You not better than us. Da, da, da.
Mm.
And so I think that era, that cousin friendship was like a villain era. And it
Mm-hmm.
just ended. Literally just
Mm-hmm.
ended
My
like
God.
maybe 3 years ago,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just refuse to interact. Like I don't call people no more.
Like it is what it is.
I don't
Oh, you're
call them.
saying so much.
Like I don't call them. I don't reach out because there really is a real phenomenon in being that person that's always reaching out and always
Yeah.
caring, always and
Yeah.
always and always. And then
Yeah.
when you fall back and you see that nobody calls you, nobody checks on you.
Clock it.
I remember being at my lowest point. I couldn't get groceries. I couldn't get anything. And the cousins, the friends, they never called. They never checked on me. And I was like, bet.
And then when you stop calling, now you're the villain.
You got an attitude? I left you with, I let you be. Somebody
Because
literally
what
do
was
that.
we talking about before we started recording? How you start is how you end. When the foundation of the friendship, the relationship, or anything is this thing is surviving off of my input and majority off my input, that's
Yeah,
the lifeline of this relationship. When I decrease
absolutely.
my input, suddenly
Absolutely.
the relationship is dying.
Absolutely. But also like just realizing that way of life was killing me.
Man.
Literally killing me.
Oh
But
my
then
God.
I
You have just said
realized
so much.
But then I also realized that all these different sectors of friendships, that I never had those interactions with those friends
Yeah.
because we all had an understanding that like we're grown.
Yeah.
I talk to you when I talk my best friend. I do not talk to her every day.
Yeah.
I do not talk to her every day. But when we get on the phone, we schedule time. we talk for hours.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
It's just, oh my gosh, you said so many things. And I want y'all to know this is a prime example. And this is like the beauty of Janice and I's friendship and relationship, because she always has so much wisdom, because because we are like, what are we, like 10 years apart or something like that, because of that, usually when I'm in the thick of my shit, she has been through it. And we call each other twin because shit be happening to us like identically. Like it'd be the same shit that I'm going through. She literally went through at the same time that I'm going through it. And so this gap in our age is like my favorite part, because I'd be like, somebody tell me something, because I need to know, is this just a me thing? And it all, whenever we're talking about shit, I'd be like, okay, so this is just life. It just makes me feel so great. So there's something that you said that really just hit me right now. And you said it's something about, there's this relationship with like a villain era or becoming the villain when you're in a period of transition. And it's like when you're trying to figure out who you are, or when who you are is evolving or changing in any way, then there tends to be people who kind of like just cannot accept that. They cannot accept that your life and you as a person, that you look different from who they have already accepted you as, and your place in their life is now changing because you are changing as a person. And I think sometimes people take that personally and be like, you are changing on me. It's like, no, baby, I'm changing, period.
Exactly.
End phrase. I am simply changing. And if I am changing, everything that I'm involved in everybody I'm involved with, the dynamic is going to change because I am changing. I would definitely say I have definitely gone through villain eras. I have gone through villain eras in a way that is a lot of it is really my fault, because I'm a recovering people pleaser. And so when you're a recovering people pleaser, people get used to you showing up and performing in a very specific way. They get very accustomed to, when you're a people pleaser, you shapeshift and you're a chameleon and you become whoever you need to be, whoever you feel safest being in that moment. You become and show up as whoever you know is going to be accepted by certain people or in a certain circumstance, because it's like I don't want to just be like the oddball out. And so with me, I've always been a people person. I've always been a social butterfly. And so with that, I can work any room, which is why I have, same as you, I have so many different friends, so many different kinds of friends. I got a friend from everywhere, right? But there are people who know me at my core, who knew me at my core. And it's like, they only wanted to know me as the person I was at my, like in those formative years of my life. And when somebody has known you for so long, if you're not continuously like in sync on the journey, as you both, or as all of you continue to grow, eventually you just become out of line. There's no alignment between your life and other people's life. And so at that point, when there's no alignment, somebody has to be the good guy, somebody has to be the bad guy. And what has happened a lot is that, in my opinion, in the moments where I have been the villain, I've been the bad guy, it's because I'm the one who looks most different from the beginning to where we are now. I'm the one who has changed the most. I'm the one who looks like they switched up because I've been committed to myself. I've been committed to growing and to evolving. And those other people look very much so the same. So who's the bad guy? The one who looks totally different? Okay, but shouldn't we look different? Shouldn't we be moving different? And just because I've evolved and I've changed and life looks different does not mean I love you any less, does not mean I'm any less committed to the bond that we created. But at some point, we got to have an adult conversation and be like, okay, how do you need me to show up for you now in the today of things? Here's how I need you to show up for me now in the today of things. And that might look different than what it looked like 10, 15 years ago. And so I think for me being in the villain area, I take it so personally, because there are some people who is like, you kind of expect it. Like there are some people who are just like, kind of like cold shoulder type people, not the friendliest people. So when they always into it with somebody, or they always, you be like, you don't really like nobody. So I kind of, you know what I mean? I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But I have taken it so personally when I end up in these positions, because if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I'm a very like, there's not a lot of middle ground with me. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you, and if I don't, it is very clear that I don't. And
Yeah.
so when it always seems to be the people who I adore the most. It's the people who I have the highest adoration for, who are the quickest to think the worst of me. And that blows my mind, because I'm like, you of all people think I'm this monster? You, the one who I'm like waving the I love it, I like the sign in the stands for. You're the one who's flipping shit on me right now. It just, I don't get it. I don't get it. It blows my mind. And I think I've been talking to my therapist about it, and she's like, sometimes you just gotta accept that some people need to look at you a certain way in order to feel good about themselves.
Yes.
They have to. And it genuinely has nothing to do with you. And until that person can like come to terms with the fact that that's what they're doing, then you also might have to accept that that just might be somebody who isn't meant to be in your life no more. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you would want it to look a different way, if that person is not prepared to accept you as you are and acknowledge their part in how y'all became how y'all are, if all they want to acknowledge is that you did something that they didn't like, end the story, then there's really like not a lot of conversation to be had. And you just gotta like be okay with that and move on.
Yeah.
And you know, like they say, you haven't met everyone who's gonna love you yet. Like, it's not the end of the world. You'll make new friends, you'll meet new people, you'll create new relationships.
You will. I
So
think you
yeah.
talk about me saying stuff like, whoo. One, I think people, to your point, they will always see you the way they want to see you.
Right.
And they will see you based upon their own growth and their own maturity, right? And then some people are not willing to do the work on themselves. This is the thing, like this whole life is not about other people. It's
Right.
about how you show up. Like, I can't control how Jemiah reacts to me.
Right.
I can only control me and
Right.
handle myself accordingly. And one of the things that I've just learned is that when I've been the villain or when I've been this bad person, it's because that other person has set an expectation for how I should act
Mm-hmm.
and not giving me the grace to change my mind.
Or maybe you have not communicated to me what standard you've set in your, it might not even be something that's impossible for me to do, but if you have not communicated it to me.
But even if it is your standard, that doesn't mean I have to accept it.
Exactly.
So if you say like, oh, gee, you didn't invite me to dinner. Well, I was invited by somebody else. So I'm not inviting you as my plus one. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God, clock it. Clock it. That literal scenario, like, you came to the state I was living in and didn't come see me. I was invited by someone else. I didn't fly the plane, mama.
And again, that is because other people have an expectation of what you should be doing. I was literally just telling this to my sister, and I was telling her that every relationship that you have will not look the same from person to person.
Very true.
And you also have to dial back yourself
Mm-hmm.
to see somebody else's perspective.
Yeah.
Very true. There hasn't been too many times in our friendship that I've been like, oh, I'm mad at Jemiah because she did X, Y, and Z.
Right.
I don't think I've ever felt like that, because I'm like, okay, chin check yourself. Like, what was your expectation of her?
And we also communicate. There's also there's something different about a friendship or a relationship that involves two people who know how to communicate in a healthy way. And
Yes.
it's very great that you say you have to understand other people's perspective, because you also have to understand no matter how important somebody is to you, you may
Mm-hmm.
not be a showstopper in their life.
Absolutely not.
So when shit get rough in their life and they gotta discard of some things, no matter how important that person is to you, you very well might be at the bottom of the pile for them, and they like, you know what, I got too much going on. I don't have time for her. I
Yeah.
don't have time for her. And I think that's the part
Yeah.
that's like, that's the part to me that is most hurtful, and it's most like cap to me. Because
Mhm.
when you try and make me the villain, as if I did this great offense, let's just call a spade a spade. You don't like me no more.
Right.
You were just looking for a reason. Don't try and make it seem like I smacked your mama upside the motherfucking head with the frying pan. I missed your call and I took too long to text back. Hands up, don't shoot. My bad.
But also, I think I can't remember the full explanation of what this person said, but it's like when you connect with somebody and you're out at the club and you're like, oh my God, this person is so much fun. And you become instant friends.
Mm-hmm.
Became instant friends off of a moment.
Right.
Like just that moment. And life changes.
Moment to moment.
And to your point, if you don't like me, then that's okay. But also, I was gonna say that back in the day, I shouldn't say back in the day because that makes me like super old. But when I, like in my 20s, which was like 20 years ago, we did not. The internet wasn't the way it is, right? Like the
Talk about it.
expectation of like a real friend, what a real
Yeah.
friend was. It wasn't like.
Yeah.
So I don't think I really lived in that time of true villain era.
Yeah.
Disagreements, yeah, when I didn't see eye to eye with people because I was just different. And a lot of people ended up being friends because of job situations or
Right.
we got off of that. So it was very different. Fast forward to now, I think the reason, that a lot of people get into relationships they shouldn't be in, friendships they shouldn't be in, or in friendships and they ruin friendships is because they have so many outside
That
forces
noise.
that you don't even know. Like, that's like me saying, me and Jemiah been friends for so long, but now I changed the post, like
Yeah.
the post of our friendship
Yeah.
because I saw a 5-part meme. I hate when that thing does it. A
Yeah.
5-part meme on Instagram that says, if a real friend is always gonna support you, always buy your stuff, always do that. Like, that is not
the 5 red flags of friendship. And you done read that.
So,
And now all of a sudden you ain't never had no problem with your friend before. And now all of a sudden you got a problem with your friend. Or even better yet, you've made new friends. You've made new friends because you've changed and evolved as a person. You've made new friends. And now these new friends are showing up for you in a way that's different than what your old friends have shown up for you.
they also
Great.
live around from you.
Hello, the dynamics of the friendships are different. So instead of just being an adult and saying, wow, these friendships look different than that friendship,
Yeah.
I wonder why. Let me unpack it. I enjoy the dynamics of this friendship more than this, but like, I wonder how can I incorporate those instead of just trying to do the work to understand the change in the friendship. You just say, nah, that bitch dropping the ball. She is not, because this friend come take care of come pick my baby up from school. And when I needed to move, she came and packed up my boxes. She lives 17 minutes down the road.
Exactly. Like, that's completely different.
She lives 17 minutes down the road. So all these friends are showing up for me and making me feel so loved and supported. But this friend is not showing up for me like they're showing up for me. Therefore, that's the bad friend. Now that's the villain. Now I'm the villain because I'm not showing up for you the way your other friends are showing up for you, even though the circumstances are different. Like, I'm very much so like, let's pull it out and look at shit at a wide lens before we make rash decisions. Like, if somebody is dropping the ball and fucking up, for sure, hold people accountable and communicate clearly what you need from people. But people got too much pride and ego. I don't want to say I need something. I don't need you. I don't need you. You should just know how to be a good friend.
Oh my God.
You should just know.
No, you know why? Because I'm out here fighting for my life with anxiety attacks, and now I'm supposed to know how to handle you. Like,
and also, babes, you're not picking up the phone calling me. Like let's not do too much, because I just want you to give me the grace I give you. Because if I was to keep this same energy, we really wouldn't have nothing to talk about because my
Nothing.
phone do not be ringing. It's so crazy. When I went through these situations with friends, I really be like, because I take it so personally, because I take friendship so seriously. So when my friends challenge me, I'm like, I want to hear this and I want to see where I missed the mark.
Yeah.
And then I also take an audit of how people are showing up for me. And I genuinely have just become very accustomed to like not having people very present in my life. And it's
Yeah.
like to the point where it's like I'm not offended by it. I just completely understand people got their whole grown ass lives to live. And I got my whole grown ass life to live. So if I can be understanding of you living your grown ass life, I just know you understanding of me living my grown ass life. But no, because you have decided in your mind that your life is more important, or that whatever narrative people create in their mind, they're gonna make it to where you're wrong, they're right. And when you get into those situations where people are hell bent on making sure that you're wrong and they're right, there's really nothing you could do because
just let them be right.
I will never be right. You have already decided how this outcome is going to be. And the only way that I will be right is if I lay down on the cross and you know what I mean, and just relinquish myself.
It's not worth it. Like
it's not. I'm not going to sacrifice myself, my peace of mind, and be a doormat. And as a recovering people pleaser, that's just something I just can't go back to. I'm gonna just have to call it a wash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I love you with the love of God, love of God, and love is at Ninth Street, but
it's not worth it. Like I have, like going back to the point of like different types of friends. I have a friend right now. She got 3 kids. She's married. We all know that nigga is not gonna call us back. We know that if we put her in the group chat, that nigga is gonna respond 3 months later.
Right.
When she calls, I answer.
Right.
She was the first one in our group to get married. She, she kept the bounds of like her marriage, her friendship. But now we all just understand, like, it ain't no love lost. She's just busy. And that nigga don't be picking her phone up.
Yeah.
That don't mean she's a bad friend. It means that she's losing 3 humans.
Yeah. And even if in a crazy world, you as the friend do feel like that your friend with the kids and the husband could still be showing up better as a friend, we have to learn how to have healthy conversations with people because it's so interesting. I think the reason I wanted to talk about this, because all this shit has been going on online with people who are friends falling out, right? So like JT and Carisha was on Twitter going and then I know you brought up like the B Simone shit and like everything that's been happening with her and Megan Ashley and that podcast, and it's just like people have to be 2 things. Social media fried, right? Social media is not the place to air out. It's not the place to air out your friendship issues. I fell victim to that. I am guilty of having a very just moment of letting some friendship shit transpire over the internet. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. That's not how I saw it going, but at the end of the day got in. Okay, clock it. So, and that's just how it happens, and it's just always so unfortunate. But the reason that shit ever get to that point is because at some point somebody didn't open up their mouth and say how they truly felt. So instead of communicating to your friend, this is how I really feel, can we get some kind of understanding? You just create up in the narrative in your head, or somebody creates the narrative. Me and this, I don't fuck with this bitch no more. I don't see it for her. And therefore, now that line of respect and that line of courtesy is completely just gone or blurred. And then we start acting in ways that are not representative of who we are as people and what our friendship really represented, because one or both of us have created a narrative in our head. She don't fuck with me, well, I don't fuck with her. So I don't gotta care about her feelings because she don't care about my feelings. And at the end of the day, it all can be, I just feel like if people just have more healthy adult conversations, and the end of that conversation can be, maybe we don't need to be friends no more.
Exactly.
But a lot of people are very uncomfortable with saying those words out loud. Maybe if you don't like me, tell me. I'm really not fucking with how you moving no more. It's just really, I don't have space for you in my life right now, or how you're moving is not in line with how I'm trying to move. I'm not getting anything for this friendship. So honestly, no love lost, but I think we just I think we just don't need to
And
be.
that doesn't always mean just because at that season, you know,
Correct.
people fail to realize that life is made up of different seasons. Like I
Mm-hmm.
had a best friend when we were in high school, and we were thick as thieves, like thick as thieves. And over time, she got married a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to say like in our 20s, but she was
Mm-hmm.
younger than me. And I was like, I'm not trying to be locked down like that. I'm
Right.
outside, bang on my chest type stuff. And so because she was in that space, I was in a different space. And I always felt like I need to tell her, or she felt like, I'm sorry, she felt like she was teaching me. And I didn't want
Mm.
her teaching me nothing. I'm like, I'm older than you. Don't teach me nothing. Well, gee, this is what I would do. I didn't ask you for that.
I don't need a life lesson.
Yeah. And it was vice versa, right? So it was at different times. Like she would do it to me and then I would do it to her. It was not until I moved to Dallas and her and her family ended up moving to Dallas and she was way out. And we had stopped talking for a long time. Like we were still kind of like check in on each other, but we had,
Mm-hmm.
So I went to her house. It was late. And we had this long heart to heart meeting. It was like 2 hours. No social media was involved. It was no cameras. It was
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And we had such a heart to heart. And she shared how she felt. I shared how I felt. And all it was a simple, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like that. And
Yeah.
now are we close like we used to be? No. Do we still check in on each other? Did she come to my wedding? Was she invited to all the stuff? Yes.
Right.
But seasons happen and seasons change. And
Right.
now that we're older, we realize that she's going to be a forever part of my life. I'm always
Right.
going to check in on her. I'm always going to look in and to see how she's doing. I'm always going to tell her happy birthday. She's always going to wish me happy birthday. Does
Right.
life look different? Yes. But now I'm more mature.
Right.
I'm taking full responsibility for my immaturity.
Right.
Because it's like, she don't know what she's talking about. I ain't talking to her no more. Blah, 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 blah. Woo up the band. But our lives are still very connected. And
Right.
she's always going to be my friend. But to
Right.
your point, we literally had to sit down. I swear it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night. And we were talking till like 2 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
hashing out our friendship since we were in high school.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
And you
because
gotta do that. You gotta do that sometimes
Yeah.
when you get, and not every friendship goes through that. Some
Mhm.
friendships really just, there are some friendships I have that are just amazing with rolling with the ebbs and flows of life. As
Mhm.
life goes and as we evolve, the friendship evolves right along with it. And it's just very
Yeah.
seamless. And there's not a lot of conversation to be had because everything is very in sync. But when you get out of sync with somebody and you get misaligned with somebody, you're either going to have a conversation and get down to the nitty gritty about it, or we're going to create the conversation in our head and come up with to conclusions that probably are not 100% true. And then it's like the fact that that person is still in your life, that's a testament to the conversation. You have to
Yeah.
be willing to have the conversation. When you don't have a conversation and then it turns into a blowout, well, now we're saying things, and I'm the type of person, what you say to me, you better mean. You know what I mean? I'm real particular with my words, and I try not, you can't take words back. So I try
No.
not to say stuff to people that I wouldn't say twice or that I don't really mean.
Mhm.
So when you get to the point of you never had the necessary conversation, now the tension has built so high, now things have just explode and people online cursing each other out or whatever the case may be. Now you've added a new tear in the friendship. Like there was
Mhm.
already a little crack in the foundation that we even got to this point. Now we've added a new tear in the friendship. It's like, okay, the energy was already weird, but now you're talking to me crazy. So now we got a whole new issue. And from that point, to me, it's just like now you done opened up the portal. It's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something. Somebody always gonna feel a way about something. And at that point, we might as well call it a wrap. Because I'm not about to spend my
Because you
whole
can't-
life walking on eggshells, wondering if you still feeling away or do you think I feel away. That's not, because if it was a nigga, see ya. You know
Out the
what I'm
door.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, it's just really unfortunate when friendships go out sad and like when friendships go out that way, because you can tell that at the end of the day, usually, in my opinion, these are just two people or however many people involved with hurt feelings. Like
Yeah.
somebody's feelings was just hurt, and probably both people or multiple people feelings was hurt, and nobody ever had the conversation. And the thing about it is, we will have conversations and you think you really get into the bottom of the shit, but you're not. Because at the end of the day, we talking about all the symptoms. Well, you did this and it did,
No,
you did that, and you
what was
did that.
the flaws of it?
You
Like, what?
hurt my feelings when you did this, and my feelings were hurt. That is why I responded the way I did, because I did not expect that to come
Yeah.
from you, because I
Yeah.
love you, and when you do things to me, it hurt a little bit more because you my dog. That hurt
But
my
you know,
feelings.
the thing, like you said, like people don't know how to communicate. And just a step further, they don't not only communicate, but they don't know how to articulate
Right.
what they feel.
You don't know how to take the anger out of things.
Yeah, like this is what I think, da da da. But to truly articulate and say, this is how I felt when you did this, and not have a conversation to know what you're gonna say next, but to listen for understanding. I think it's just a whole bit. It's a lot of skill sets that people don't have,
and communication is hard.
It's very hard because it's a sense of vulnerability.
It's
like
very hard.
And it's like, if you haven't mastered, it's not even about mastering vulnerability, but it's learning vulnerability.
And there's no way to master it, because also every conversation that you have with somebody requires you to show up a different way. For me, something that I know I struggle with, I have no problem communicating. I have no problem, I don't think, being vulnerable. But I intellectualize everything. So sometimes when we get into the conversation, baby, I know how I feel. I know how you feel. I know the reason we felt it. And I'm about to give you the whole love, blah, blah, blah. But clearly I was hurt because you were hurt. And then we were in a hurt. And then, you know what I mean?
But people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do that.
But the thing about it is, my therapist even told me, like, sometimes that can be manipulative. When you intellectualize your feelings, feelings are something to be felt. And sometimes people who are overly self-aware, they take everything into the headspace. So now I know how I feel. So because I can articulate how I feel, I think that I have processed the feelings. Just because you can articulate it does not mean you have felt the things and you have processed them. And so I know that that's somewhere that I have to grow, because baby, I can talk you through it. I know exactly how I feel, when I felt it, why I felt it.
Yeah, but you didn't feel it.
Right, but it's like, okay, but how did it make you feel? I'm like, I just told you. I just told you.
Did you hear point A through point Z?
Yeah, do you need me to run it back? Because I have notes. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. But, and so sometimes when people who don't communicate that way, because there's something, I forgot where I saw, it was a TikTok. It's this girl who's a therapist who be like really talking her shit sometimes on TikTok. And she talks about how over communicating is also a trauma response, because you feel the need to explain yourself. You feel the need to make sure, and it usually comes from someone who wasn't listened to a lot or always felt like they had to kind of like fight for their voice. So now you have to over explain to make sure people have no mistake about what you're trying to say. And so that's me. I'm not someone who has trouble communicating. I'm actually probably going to communicate too much, because now I've been talking and I didn't talk about some shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing. But I'm like, while I'm on a roll, send it. I'm on a roll now. And while we're at it, that's why I got a fucking podcast. We jab these jaws, baby. Because I'm an overthinker. Like, I have thoughts, every thought to be thunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that does not mean that you are in tune with what you're actually feeling. And so I know that's something I'm working on. And so I'm also learning how to just like sit with some things. Yeah. And so I crave for people to just talk to me. You know, being someone who loves to communicate, I'm learning how to shut the fuck up and be like, if you just talk to me, I will just listen. Yeah. And there will be no rebuttal. And I'm not here to overanalyze what you just told me. I'm just going to say, thank you for sharing that.
That's a difficult thing to do when you're unlearning and relearning stuff.
Yeah.
That's very difficult. And I don't think that we give grace to, again, that word comes up. We don't give grace to people that are learning, people who don't know, and then giving ourselves that grace to be like, okay, I'm gonna just sit. Because that's
Yeah,
hard.
it's
That's hard to
hard.
just sit in those feelings. So,
It's hard. Yeah,
ooh, what a
I
topic.
know. I
Topic.
know.
Good. This was good.
It was
This
a
was
lot. It was so much stuff been going on with friendship. I'm like, I don't
yeah.
think we ever have like deep dive. I know we've like talked about different dynamics and different like little parts of friendship, but I just want to talk specifically about when you become the bad guy in the friendship. And there's some people I know who stand 10 toes down. They like, I said what the fuck I said. And you know, those people who just like, I will cut anybody if I cut my mama off. And I'd be like, ooh, a
But
bitch that cut their mom off is a dangerous motherfucker. Just
you out here cutting.
slow down. You said you came in this world alone and you was going alone, babe. I'm scared of you.
Who brought you here because you're out.
You got it. I'm scared of you. If it's one motherfucker on this planet who get a little bit of extra grace out of me, it's my mama.
Exactly. I mean, she definitely get a little bit more than a little bit.
More than a little bit. She get a lot of it, but yeah, I just wanted to.
Listen,
I wanted to talk about. You said what?
I knew somebody that was like that with their mom. I was like,
I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself about that. But yeah, yeah. So okay, that was great. That was great. Needed that. Okay, well, I guess we can go in and wrap this up. We went long today. Let's get into a little bit of good and ghetto. Do you have one? Or the other?
I was gonna let you go first.
Okay. I think I got a little something. So my good is very simple. I'm really excited about good weather. I'm really excited that the weather is breaking, the sun is shining. Now, the thing about living in California, which is a mind fuck, because it'll be 75 and sunny in December, but there's something in California called May gray and June gloom. So it just is super gray outside. Like that's why people be pissed when they come. That's why people don't come to California for spring break, because in like the springtime months here, it's very cloudy and gray, and like it could get like a little misty. It won't necessarily rain, but the sun just will not be out in May and June. Like it'll feel fine outside, but like today, I think the high is like 60 and the sun is like not out. So then it be kind of like a mind fuck, because in other places in the Midwest and Texas and shit like that, it's already like getting warm. The sun is shining, the flowers is blooming. And in the place where it's supposed to be 75 and sunny all the time, it's literally like 60 and dusty.
Didn't they say it never rains? That's Southern California.
We're in Southern California. It does not really rain here. It probably rains like 5 to 10 days out the year. Really? It doesn't really rain. Yeah, it doesn't really rain. But it just is gloomy. It's just like it's just very cloudy. It's like this overcast that comes in May and June. And so I'm excited for the month of April. We're getting a little bit of sunshine. So my good is I'm enjoying the weather while it's good right now, because I know in May and June I'm going to be pissed off. But hopefully it don't piss me off too much for my birthday weekend, because we're outside. And then outside of that, my other good is like the activity of my limbs. I have been back consistent with working out and things like that. And even though I'm sore 75% of the time, I feel like so grateful to be able to move my body.
Yeah.
I have this like almost like a fear of getting like old and just being so like immobile and like can't do nothing. I want to be one of them old ladies who's like walking around the mall at 6 o'clock in the morning with her fanny pack. That's exactly who I want to be.
Jemiah, you will definitely be that person.
That's pissing
us all off. It's
on my bucket list. No matter what year it is, I'm gonna have some headphones with a cord. They probably at that point gonna have music embedded into our brains. Babe, I'm gonna be right here with my corded and a Bluetooth earpiece. That's what I dream of.
Us all off.
That's what I dream of. I dream of it. So I feel really good to be able to move my body. I am very committed right now to just moving my body daily, whether I'm going to the gym or just going on a walk or anything like that. And I'm just super grateful to be able to do that, because some people can't get out the bed in the morning. So that is my good. You want me to do my...
Go ahead, do your game. Yeah, go ahead.
My ghetto, one word,
Uh-uh.
taxes. Baby, I don't know why, but I had no excitement to do my taxes this year.
Who
And
does?
the date snuck up on me. And I was like, I forgot you got to do them hoes by a certain date. So I just did my taxes this week.
Yeah, you were pissed.
Janice, I've never in all my days.
Old.
In what fucking world does a black woman serving this motherfucking country owe the United States anything? What are reparations? Are reparations?
They're never coming.
To the end, they talk about you owe, bitch. Who owe? Y'all gonna have to put that shit on my tab. Y'all gotta put that shit on my ancestors' tab. We all swung over the boat like some motherfucking criminals. Nothing for you, America. What do you mean I owe? You took the money from me. Every check, I saw it. You took the money from me. What you doing with it, Joe? What did you do with the money? What did you do with the money? There's no way that I owe you, bitch. You owe me. You owe me and my mama. Great money. What is going on in America? We're fucked. We're fucked. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh God.
Lay my life on the line for this country and its freedom. You talk about to the end, they talk about it was $15, but the principle of it. It's the principle for me. It's the principle. You owe. America, you owe.
America, we have a problem.
We have a motherfucking problem.
Wait a second. The fact that it was only $15, it's still enough to piss you off, though.
I was livid. I was ready to start my taxes completely up. I said, hold on, I must not quit that. That can't be right. That can't be right. Let me call H&R. Let me call them up at H&R. H&R. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way all that money I watched y'all take out my goddamn check and I ain't getting a dime. I'm not getting a dime of that money back. Are you shitting me? I'm not getting a red cent.
Wait, it was nothing you can write off. It was nothing.
Baby, I said, I had to Google, how to get money back from your taxes. How to get some money back from the government. Enter.
Enter.
Let me see what it says.
Never. You're never getting
I was like, so I should have been getting them receipts back from the Goodwill when I was dropping them clothes off?
Yes. That's what you're supposed to do, and that's what they don't tell you.
I'm a good person. I don't deserve this. I don't do no wrong. I ain't got no speeding ticket. I ain't got no criminal record. There got to be something in the books. There got to be something that y'all can run this through. I'm a good Samaritan. I don't jaywalk. What the fuck do you mean I owe you?
Which one is the fact that you Googled? It's the fact that you Googled.
How to not owe America a goddamn thing? Enter. What it say?
What it say?
What it say?
Oh God, what it say? Don't say nothing.
I was so mad. And then this what blew me. My federal taxes I owe, and my state taxes I get some money back. Which one is it? Am I a dumbass bitch or not? Which one is it? Because y'all fucking with me now. Y'all fucking with my mental. Y'all fucking with my mental now.
I cannot.
Y'all fucking with my... Okay? I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated now. Am I a down ass bitch or am I a broke ass hoe? Which one is it? Because I owe and then you owe me. America owe America, but California owe me. That shit saved me. I was looking at that screen for 7 minutes straight, just like, now how the fuck What kind of math?
Jemaya, all of this over $15.
I was genuinely offended. I said, you
Jemaya was $15.
don't give a fuck if it was 15 cents. I'm a America. You owe me.
Oh my God, you are such your mother's child. Oh my God.
I cannot believe the IRS did that to me. After all I've been through, laying my life on the line for this weak ass country, wearing that uniform, pulling my hair back in a ponytail every day, risking my edges. You owe me, America. The fuck is y'all talking about up in here? Shit again. Start over. I want to see you do it again and go slow this time. I want to see every. Let me see the 1 plus the 2 minus the 7 divided by the 3 to see how y'all got that. Let me see it. Run it again. Come on, run it. Motherfucker, talk. Wipe all this shit off and start it again from box 1. Let's run it through. I need to understand. I owe you some shit.
Oh my God. I cannot breathe. Sweet Jesus, I can't breathe.
So that's my ghetto. I did not appreciate that, but I did pay it because I don't believe in having no debt. So I did pay that for $15 because they was not about to hold up nothing of mine. But yeah, I paid it.
It is
right
so
away.
fun. Jemaya,
I gave them the routing number. I said, just take it on out the account, child.
Just here, take it off the.
Just take it on out the account. Take it out of the California. What the fuck? How California? No, I'm not even gonna get myself worked up again.
Don't get worked up. Don't get worked up. Listen, my good is that I am on track to my 40 books this year.
Oh,
I'm gonna piss it off really quick, but this book is so good.
She be reading every time I see Janice on the screen. It's a book in her face.
Yeah,
it's a book at her brow every time.
This one is. I think this is number 10. Number 10.
That's cool.
Yeah, number 10. Maybe. For
I'm on number 3.
You're on number 3. Did you start the other one?
Yeah, I started. It came in the mail. It came in the mail 2 days ago.
It's good. It's good. This is a good one. It's gonna go by quick because
I bought 2 of her books because Target was having a special.
Oh, yeah, that sale. Oh, today I think the sale is over.
It was buy 2 get 1 free. So I bought 2 books and I bought a little card game.
Yes. So that's my good. I am on the road to my 40 books.
Nice.
I'm trying to work on being one of those book talk girls on TikTok. So
come on, book talk.
Let's see. What's my ghetto? It's very ghetto to pack.
Ooh, baby. One thing you gonna do is pack a box. I don't know how you do it. My God.
And I'm not gonna go in detail about the packing. All I'm gonna say is packing is very ghetto.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
It'd be the unpacking for me. Like I just spent all this time packing this shit and now I got to unpack it and put it somewhere else.
Unpacking don't bother me. It's the packing.
Yeah.
And realizing what needs to go where and where it needs to go and put it where so it doesn't break and da da.
Yeah.
It's ghetto.
I'm the type to throw some shit away. I'm like, yeah, I got a new one. Not packing it. No, I ain't got the box no more. Buy blender. Buy a new one. Like,
I don't want to rebuy it. So yeah, that's my good. That's my ghetto. Mine is very. I think that the light was on Jemaya today and her ghetto because my ghetto could never compare.
That's what they say. More money, more problems. Because what the fuck y'all talking about? America.
You gotta start writing some stuff off though.
I honestly, I need some financial advisors, but I can't pay them. I don't have no money.
You definitely need to start.
I do need to figure out how to do that. I need to do some community service or something. What I gotta do?
Everything that you buy, your computers, paper, printers, you need to write.
I need to get Good and Ghetto LLC. And then, okay, I'm about to be one. Now I see why them bitches be on Twitter talking about get an LLC. Because these taxes.
But also be careful because the LLC, now you have to file paperwork to ensure that you are a legit business because everyone was running scams 2020. So the government is running it back.
I see. And I'm not good with the paperwork.
A particular way. And I'm not talking about being a scam artist, but you know, just You know, you gotta,
handling the business.
yeah. The girlies and the guys were
Lying.
outside running amok.
Liar.
Which I think
Liar.
one way or the other. So there's that.
Wow. Amazing. Well, that's it for us, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Good and Ghetto, the pod. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. This week, I'm going to be posting a whole bunch of Good and Ghetto content. I am so back. I have so many videos, so much stuff to post. So just know I'm going to be posting shit from all the past episodes, but all the current, we are current on YouTube. So if you guys want to see our beautiful faces, you can go watch the episodes at full on YouTube. But stay in tune with our Instagram and our TikTok, because I'm gonna be posting some fun stuff, some videos, some content and things like that on those. I guess I gotta get into my social media manager bag at this point. Y'all already know how I feel about that, but if not me, then who? I guess the fuck. So please follow us on all the things. Don't forget to get your Faith and Delusion journal that is linked in the episode description box every episode. So if you're looking for a new journal to start, getting over the hump, I know you started that journal in January. Where is it now? You have no fucking clue. Buy a new one. That's what when in doubt, buy a new one. And if you're looking for a new journal, get the Faith and Delusion journal that my sister has made. It is so cute. And outside of that, keep doing you. And if ain't nobody told you today, I'm proud of y'all.
Proud of you.
I love you, twin.
Love you, twin. Bye.
Bye.